Hi everyone and welcome to Canimando. I'm back with the animation analysis and today I'm analyzing The Rise of Gru, a trailer of a film that is coming really soon. So I hope you like it, I hope you learn quite a bit from it, and as always, if you have any suggestions you can leave them on this Discord or on the comment section below and I'll do my best to analyze those animations. So without further ado, let's watch it.
Night. Good night.
Yes, good night.
Okay, the first thing that I want to point out is notice the contrast, that from the beginning they create the contrast. This is a trailer, so they are promoting a film, so they want to create the contrast right from the beginning. But this is also something that you can use in your animations, whether it is your reel or whether it is just one animation. Creating contrast between slow movement, more quiet moment, and then boom, creating more emphasis, more energy, whether it is one relaxed shot and the next shot is very energetic. Creating that contrast improves a lot your animation. So they did it here, as you can see, right from the beginning in the trailer. Relax, good night, boom, then full of energy. Although it's not super a super action-packed scene, but you can feel the contrast. And also look how beautiful the pose is. The frame before, he had already the arms below the blanket, and then you can see the wave motion that he creates. Boom! See how all the characters just bounce off the bed, the wave motion created on the characters, and then boom, you can see the arc, how they don't only get pushed to the side, but if you track the Gru's nose, you can see how he creates that visual arc. See that arc that is created with the nose, because they go to the right and then back to the left, so they create that wave-like motion. And then the pose is beautiful. Look at the hands, see the facial expression, the angry facial expression. The other one is like, oh, like he's surprised, and this one is like, yeah, I'm fine here. So you can see the contrast also. They are not all angry. One is angry, one doesn't even care, the other one is surprised, and the other one is like, ha. So you can see the contrast also between the characters, how they react.
Minions! There are a lot of other villains in the world, but I am going to be a super villain.
This world is mine for the taking. Make me king.
One funny thing is, notice how the bank is called Evil, Bank of Evil. So fun. This is another cool thing. Notice when he looks back to see if there is anyone looking. See how you can feel the energy, the personality of the character, because he could look back like like he's trying to figure out someone is looking, like a proper mafia boss, or he can look like a ninja, or like, you can look back many ways, but he's looking back like a kid, like he's kind of scared. He knows that he's doing something bad, so he looks back like, am I being caught? Am I being watched? So you can feel the energy, how he's feeling by how he looks. The eyes wide open, like, oh, no one is looking. So this is great. And you can see the little, he looks back. He looks back, and you can see how there is a small glance, boom, in the eyes, like looking, boom, like, is there anyone? He doesn't just look back, but there's like looking for anyone that could see him. This is great. The whole trying to open the I don't know how you call it, but trying to open it, first the progressiveness. See, first he moves his body down, doesn't work, then he rises up a little bit more and moves his body down again, and then raises up even more. And you see how the feet raise up the stick, and then boom, pushes back again. So you can see the progressiveness. It's not just 3 back and forth, but it's a bit more and a bit more. So you can see how the energy gets built up. And then he's trying to, as he is opening it, he's just fighting for almost, he seems like he's fighting for survival, just trying to latch on the next one and trying to stay on the same level. And you can see how they exaggerated the drag on the arms. See all this exaggerated, the drag on the wrist, grabs the next one, the fingers, then the next one, and you can see how they don't always raise the arms in the same way. The first one is super exaggerated drag, then the second one is a bit less and then straightens up in the last frame, and then the second one is again but a bit more to centered. See how this one was more to the right, and then when this one is more to the left, it's not that much, the arm is a bit more centered. So you can see the variation between it's not all symmetrical, but there is variation. In this one, see this arm gets straightened here, look at that, the line of action, beautiful. And then this one, you can see how he raises instead of going straight like here, the arm goes straight up. In this and the next one, the arm goes to the left, creating that arc, and then see how creates that arc moving if you track the arc on the wrist, you can see how they create the arc when he reaches for the next stick. So you can see how even there's a fast motion, there's a lot of variation in each movement. Let's watch it again.
I am pretty despicable.
I really like this also. Notice how they sell the weight of the band. See, you can really feel the weight of the band. And then we should ask, then how did they portray that much weight? He's a super villain, he's really strong, so he smashes the front, manages to just make it fly. See how the bouncing ball just floating in the air for a couple of frames, then it starts going down. Then he starts raising his fists, he starts to hold it. See how he raises his fist, then this is the frame with the biggest spacing. See, boom, both the arms going up and the band coming down. So the band is accelerating already down. See the spacing, small, small and big spacing. So small, bigger and bigger spacing. The arms as well moving up, and the biggest spacing is this one. And you can see the next frame, what should it be? Should be that his strength is pushing the band up for a couple of frames, or the band is starting to go down right after? Well, the answer is this one. The band starts to go down the next frame. This way we sell the weight, because we are transmitting that the band weighs so much that even though he's holding the band already, the weight pushes for the first frames. He feels the impact of the band, so he has to move the arms down because the weight is pushing down. So we transmit the weight right after. See how arms straight, and the next frame the arms are bent, and this is the frame with the biggest spacing after he holds the band. See how the band starts to bend on the fist, and then the next frames progressively the spacing is smaller, smaller, smaller. So biggest spacing and smaller, 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 a few frames. So we settle the weight, and then he can, as we can see right after, throw the band away. So we sell the weight that way.
that.
This is great as well. 1 second. This is great as well because you can see
Alright, I'm not Minnie. Please stop calling me that.
he's saying, alright, I'm not Minnie, stop calling me that. So, although it seems obvious when you watch it, but it just feels natural, not obvious, natural. But he says, alright, he's angry, stop calling me Minnie. Well, let me just...
Alright, I'm not Minnie. Please.
Alright, I'm not Minnie, please stop calling me that. So the animator could have done, alright, I'm not Minnie, stop calling me that. All frowned, all in an angry facial expression. But look what the animator did. Alright, like stop, alright. I'm not, so, alright, change the facial expression, then I'm not Minnie. So first is alright, I'm not Minnie. So when he says I'm not Minnie, the facial expression is like, listen carefully, I'm not Minnie, like he's trying to teach them. He's trying to listen, I'm not Minnie, but he's not in a fake angry facial expression anymore. Because what he truly wants, he's not really angry at them. He's angry that they are calling them Minnie. So it's like, listen carefully, so you can transmit exactly how the character feels by searching for the specific facial expression. And also you create contrast, because the animation went from a frowned, squashed facial expression to a stretched, I'm not Minnie. So you create contrast, you create variation, and you convey exactly how the character feels, looking for that exact facial expression. So, alright, I'm not Minnie, please. Then you can see the end, like there is a mix like, alright, I'm not Minnie, please stop calling me that. And then at the end it's a mixture of like seriousness, a bit of angry, but he's not like at the beginning, it's like, stop calling me that, like just stop calling me that. So it is a mixture of the first two emotions. So you can see how you can play. That's why references are so important, because you can animate it in so many ways. You could have the character angry the whole time, or you can have alright, I'm not Minnie, stop calling me that, or with the stretch facial expression. So there's so many ways that you can animate one same audio.
My minions will save me.
You like picking on little guys, huh? I am a master of Kung Fu.
I really like this one as well. See how she settles the shot. Instead of just settling with a pose, she turns the head and then flips it again forward. So it's more dynamic. Instead of just hitting the pose, it's like boom. So it's more complex, adds texture to the shot. See? Boom. And also the hands, you can see how, all with the camera movement and everything, just adds very dynamic.
Teach-nous Kung Fu pour Smoochy Smoochy. Pour Smoochy Smoochy. Kung Fu pour teach-nous Kung
See how you can feel completely the emotions of the character, even if you don't understand what he's saying. You can feel like he's like, I know Kung Fu, Smoochy Smoochy. So he's kind of like, I don't really believe you, like Kung Fu, like he doesn't respect kind of the abilities that she could have.
Smoochy Smoochy.
Pumbaa. Then he gets surprised like, oh wow, I've been slapped. Boom. And then he gets angry. Ah! And let's analyze this. This shot is quite complex in the terms of all the movements and everything, but you can see how he jumps, goes straight to action, and then boom, the first contact is him just pushing his first punch down. Boom. Then you have a couple of frames where the character settles into that pose. There is a bit of a slow out of the motion. It's not just all the time movement. You can see first attack, a couple of frames of this character just stopping the motion, and boom, the first impact of this, the first attack we could say of this character. Then he moves back, then he goes to attack again, flipping the arms, and boom, the second one. He defends the next attack, flipping the arm down, and you can see again we have a couple of frames where the character just stops the movement a little bit, the body is not moving as much, and then boom, he pushes him away. Then again he tries again, boom. So you have the contrast, like a lot of movement, boom, stop, back, a lot of movement, boom, stop, back. So you have the contrast. Although it's a very dynamic shot, you have the small contrast in, even if it's just for a couple of frames, you have the fast, slower, stop, fast, you have all that contrast in the
Teach you. Now
I love this as well. The energy of that is brilliant. Boom, see the spacing here. Boom, is literally 1, 2, 3, and then the settle. The pose is really dynamic. The arms back, love it. And then another thing that probably you didn't notice is look how the first time she opens the eyes, they are actually I don't know how you call it, but they are actually not straight. They are looking quite dizzy. So then she blinks and the eyes are normal, but for a moment we can see that she's like kind of dizzy from what she did. See, you don't even watch it, but you feel it. Even if I would have asked you just right after, was she dizzy? She seemed like, did they do anything in the eyes? You probably would say, no, I didn't see anything, but you felt it. And that's why the animation felt really, really nicely done. Because many things in animation, you need to make the audience feel it. Be there for a couple of frames so that they can perceive it, but they don't necessarily have to remember it. They don't necessarily have to be sure that happened for the animation to be good. They just need to feel it sometimes. Like this, the audience doesn't really have to remember that this pose existed, so they just have to feel it.
Kevin.
This is another thing that I like.
Kevin.
See how he could literally just push away the other hand just in one go, but the thing that he does, like tak, the two tap movement, like poop poop, adds a lot of texture. It's not just one movement. It's not like a robotic movement. Adds personality, like poop poop, like go away. It feels more. It transmits a different thing than if he would have done it in just one way, like boom. It would be more like, let me try. But the fact that he did it twice, is more like, let me try. You don't know anything about it. So the first one would be like, let me try, I'll do it. But the fact that he did it twice is more like, let me try. You don't know anything about it. So you can see how much you can transmit by little texture, adding some contrast in the animation. It can add certain emphasis, certain emotions, you can transmit different things by adding small details to it. Really like this one as well. The weight of the kind of monkey. I don't know which creature is this one. It's kind of a monkey. But see how the weight first is in this arm. See the angle of the shoulder. This was really raised. He's reaching for the throw with this one, and then he shifts the weight onto the next arm, and then boom, you can see the contrast completely changing from this angle to this angle. So it not only adds weight, because you see how the weight goes from one arm to the other one, but adds contrast. It's really, really nice.
Why don't we make a... Why don't we make this a fair fight?
Time's up, over, loud. Lose yourself in the music, the moment.
Minions, assemble!
Never let it go. So here I go, it's my shot. Feet firm and not. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
Really dynamic poses, great. This I love it as well. Notice the facial expression. They are calling him mini boss, mini boss. So at the beginning he is happy. Mini boss, mini boss. Then he starts to listen to mini boss, and then he frowns a little bit, looks down, like see the smile goes away. Then a little dart on a little eye movement, and then a squash of the face. You can see the anger already. I'm not. See the contrast from the squash to the stretch. I'm not. Then he stops. Oh, and then he realizes he can't do anything about it because they are gonna keep calling him mini boss. And then you can see the, oh, I can't do anything about it. He gives up. Closes the eye, raises the eyebrows, opens the mouth. Oh, I can't do anything about it. Another thing to notice, see how well connected the lip sync and everything, right? So, for example, you can see the teeth here, right? But see how when he opens the mouth, the upper teeth also go down. It's not just the jaw, but you can see how the upper teeth, you can see them a lot here and then just a little bit. Because as the jaw opens, the cheeks get pulled down, the upper lip gets pulled down a little bit, so everything goes down. And then as the jaw closes again, you can see how slowly the upper lips go up. So you can see everything is connected in the lip sync. It's not just the jaw opening and closing and the controls on the sides, but you can also feel everything feels connected because the animators take into account if the jaw goes down, the cheeks, all the connected facial features go down, and when the jaw goes up, everything gets pushed up, so everything feels connected. Great. So the 1st of July on theaters. Really looking to watch this movie. It's looking great. Yeah, that was the animation analysis for Gru, The Rise of Gru. So if you have any suggestions, as always, you can leave it in the comment section below or in the Discord channel. Really encourage you to check out the Discord channel if you want feedback in your animation or just want to have a chat about animation. So this is all for today. Hope you liked it, hope you learned quite a bit from it, and until the next one.